All right, you want to do the intro or talk about what we're gonna be discussing? Or I'm a little bit kind of slow about getting started.
Oh, okay. You need me to prime you up. You need a
Yeah,
hype man. You need a hype
yeah.
man.
It's all gonna get me stirred up. Like, hey,
I got you. I got you. Shalom. See, this ain't my first rodeo.
Okay.
Shalom, shalom, brothers and sisters. Welcome to the show. I'm your guest tonight. Uh, we on Brother Warrior's platform, on his platform, getting ready to bring you nothing but the raw truth and nothing but the truth. It's gonna upset some of you softies out there. That's a little soft. The language.
You break it up. You break it up, Big Mike. All right. Well, I guess I can pick up. Right. Feel free to come back in. All right, you back? All right. If you have a problem with black empowerment, this ain't the place for you. If you hate black folks, this ain't the place for you. If you're worried about white people's feelings,
All right, brother.
this ain't the place for you. All right.
Go ahead.
I was just giving
Go ahead.
people a little warning so they don't waste their time. Anybody else hanging around is a troll. I would just tell them if they worried about
Yeah.
white people's feelings, just keep it moving. If they got a problem with black people excelling without the help of massa, keep it moving. Stuff like that. But we're gonna be
Yeah.
bringing
We gonna deal with the raw truth.
yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna deal with the raw truth. Uh, we're gonna be respectful and show meekness unto all men that the scriptures say.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, we still gonna tear the draws off this heathen though. But go ahead, brother.
All right, hold on. Let me add, brother. Shalom. Shalom.
Shalom.
All right. Yeah. We family people, we got to recognize when they're trying to criminalize us. And that's what this is tonight about. What you mean start off with the video?
Yeah, you can start it off and set the tone, but let me introduce my brother
Okay,
at the bottom of the screen. We got brother Stephen in the building.
Shalom, family.
Y'all can put your info in the chat if you want to, your channels. You can drop it in the chat. I don't care nothing about that.
Yeah, like I said, we'll get together. We're gonna get together and we'll set everything up. Right there, brother. We about building up your platform, bringing out the truth, talking to our brothers and sisters. We don't worry about numbers and stuff like that. We want to do the work of the Most High. But go ahead, brother Stephen, introduce yourself.
Oh man, well you put me on the spot. Oh man, we just in here, man, to support our brother, man, and try to bring a little commentary. All praise to the Most High. My name is Stephen Israel, part of Order Melchizedek, Tupelo, along with my brother Mikael.
Yeah.
Order Melchizedek Tupelo.
All right, Mike. Since you brought this video to my attention, I'm gonna let you critique it first. I'm gonna sit back and just let it play, and I'm gonna let you go over it.
All right, share that video, share your screen there, brother.
All right, if you want me to pause, just say hold.
Well, whatever hit y'all, I'm just gonna let it ride. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, all right.
You just let it ride, and whatever hit you, y'all chime in. But before we start this video, y'all need to understand what we about to watch here. I want y'all to pay close attention, brothers and sisters.
Look at the screen.
About what's going on. What's going on right now? This is what's happening. And this is why they finna get ready to demonize you, whether you Hebrew or you in the black Christian church, you're gonna be considered a terrorist in your government eyes. Here we go.
Yeah, and I like to add on, they've done it before. COINTELPRO back in the 50s and 60s. It's supposed to be illegal to spy on American citizens. But when it's black people, anything goes. But I'm gonna let this video and I'm gonna be quiet. And Mike, you got the flow.
Go ahead and play that video. You got anything, Stephen?
I'm sure you saw it breaking all over the place yesterday. RedVoiceMedia.com was one of the first outlets to break the news of an intentional act of terrorism that took place on the streets of Waukesha, Wisconsin on Sunday, where Christian families were gathered for a Christmas season celebratory event. During what was planned as a family and friends community-oriented gathering of peace and love, a black man called Darrell Brooks intentionally ran his SUV into the crowd. Shots were fired. Brooks appears to have been steering the vehicle with intent to take out as many innocent people as possible. Now, in the short time since the event, Red Voice Media has reported that Brooks has a long criminal history for crimes of violence and that he was actually out on bail for another criminal offense at the time of the mass casualty terror attack at the hands of the extremist radical Brooks. It seems that he posted bail on the day of the Kyle Rittenhouse not guilty verdict. Edward Saul is a Stu Peters Show investigative reporter. He's been working hard to fight through what seems to be a tight-lipped group of people. The media is overtly lying about what's happened here, but no doubt we're going to get to the truth. Edward joins us now. Edward, thank you for your hard work. What have we learned about the degenerate demon who killed these innocent Christians in Wisconsin?
Well, Stu, we know that his name is Darrell Everett Brooks Jr. Now, he's 39 years old. He's lived in multiple states. He actually has 25 different mugshots from those multiple states. He's a career criminal. He had court records dating back to 1999 showing drug possession, obstruction of an officer, battery, bail jumping, 2 counts of the use of a dangerous weapon. You might not account that as 3 with use of that vehicle, and felony possession of a firearm back in July of 2020. Now, he has a series of open felonies, which are charges that haven't yet been prosecuted, but again, he's facing. And it was resisting an officer, felony bail jumping, second-degree reckless endangerment, domestic abuse, and disorderly conduct. He posted bail 2 days before the attack on the 21st. That's on November 19th, $1,000 posted. Don't know where that came from. I gave the lawyer a call today, but no response on this yet. But what we know is that on Sunday, about 4 p.m., this man was found in the vehicle of a red SUV, pulled out by police, no shoes on, and after he had indiscriminately murdered white students, white Christian parade goers. This was a Christmas parade in a town that is about 90%.
Y'all got anything?
Yeah,
I ain't got nothing. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Do y'all notice how he keep making a point to say white?
Yep. That's why I had to hit that pause button, man.
Hey,
yeah.
He making sure that his listeners know that these people were white.
Yeah.
He wasn't no so-called niggers.
Yeah.
These is white Christian.
Yeah.
Good loving Christian church-going people.
Yeah. That's why I had to hit that. Oh, excuse me, man.
That's how that right there. That's the code word. Those are the code words that they use.
You absolutely
let you know, to let one another know. You know, this is a racist thing. This is time for war. This is time for retaliation. All across the country, we need to come together and retaliate on these niggers.
Yeah. So we can't act like this is harmless. This is warfare. Hitler used propaganda.
Then he called him a demon. He even went so far, he called him a demon.
Yeah.
A terrorist demon. A black terrorist demon is what he called him.
Yeah. All this stuff we see is propaganda. Anytime you don't see a goodly, let's just say you got a son or a daughter growing up in a house. The parents may be working or the father's not there. They don't have a good example. If you sit them in front of this white supremacist media, they are not going to see a good example of how a black person is. We are weak. I'm talking about in the media, cowardly. We LGBTQ'd up, or we got a Becky or somebody else, and we don't like our own women. Let them tell it. I want y'all to pay attention to this. Look for a good, strong, positive character of black folks. That alone reinforces the stereotype to these so-called dog whistles that he blowing to these Christians. They actually believe this how we are. But anybody got anything else? Mike, anybody?
No, go ahead.
Y'all are spot on. Let's go ahead and play that video because it get grimier than that. Go ahead.
All right.
Caucasian. But the police are telling us right now there's no indication, no early indications there are of terrorism or any racial incentive to this, any racial motivation. We're also being told that there's no reason to believe there's any connection to radicalization, extremism, or to the Kyle Rittenhouse verdict out of Kenosha.
Okay, y'all got anything? Okay.
See how he's see if you listen to what he doing, y'all. Watch the game he playing on the list on his white audience. He's finna start compiling different events.
Yeah.
To magnify what this brother did over there in Wisconsin. Now he's going into the Kyle Rittenhouse verdict. Listen, this is what white media does. When they go dig on you, they gonna dig up your background, your criminal record. Then they go dig up your religious affiliation. They gonna put all that together and spin it to make you have to look like a whole new devil.
Yeah. Let me ask y'all this: did y'all notice how he laying the groundwork to tie him in to the Hebrew Israelites? Did you know what he said? They expect us to believe that he has no radical affiliation.
I didn't catch that, but you did. I didn't catch that. I picked up on the black and white. I knew that was leading to something.
Yeah, he said they want us to believe that this has no radicalization or no type of radical affiliation. See,
somebody wrote
that. He gonna take that and use that to say he was radicalized by the Hebrew Israelites. Yeah. Watch what I tell you.
That's why we got to conduct ourselves wisely. It don't mean we sitting ducks.
Yeah. Got to conduct ourselves wisely.
Yeah. Got to conduct ourselves wisely. Long as we obeying the word, it don't matter. They can kill me if they want to. If I'm obeying the word, hey, you know, it is what it is. But if they ain't careful, it's gonna be 2 dead bodies instead of 1.
Go ahead, bro.
Well, it's a Darrell Brooks that rings for anything.
Y'all notice how he bypassed this girl? I'm just saying, if he had been on killing some people, he bypassed that little girl right there. Y'all notice that?
Yeah, I seen that.
I'm not excusing what he did. I'm just saying, if his first, I don't know, I'm not making no excuses for what he did at all. I'm just saying, they saying he just he just want to kill some folks. But he bypassed that little girl right there.
Hey, cut the volume up on that a little bit, bro, Willie.
Okay, let me see. I think it's about as loud as I can get it.
Okay, because it's kind of low. But if that's loud, you can
Hold
get
on.
it. That's fine.
Oh, man. Let me see. Let me see here. Yeah, that's as loud as I can get it.
Okay, they might. The listeners might be able to hear it fine. But go ahead. No,
okay.
You good.
All right.
Moving April, I ran that subject. My son's ID in the car. He is suspended. Looks like he's at least $199 on the system.
Now the deputies identifying tall fast, lighter skin, black male, red locks, wet shoes, no shoes.
Paper.
They found the guy without shoes. Very odd. We were initially hearing that he was fleeing from a knife attack. I don't know that. There's no evidence which shows that. What I do know is that if the spin and the excuse that's been given for this man's heinous crime is that, hey, he couldn't be a mass murderer. He was simply fleeing an attempted murder. Okay, not good. This person was clearly a career criminal, but much worse than this. Now, he's also a registered sex offender in Nevada and a self-admitted child sex trafficker and pedophile. Here he is talking about his own crimes.
And then as soon as we fall out, all of a sudden now I'm a pedophile. Let me explain that. 10 years ago, 2006, I caught a case with my oldest daughter's mama. Yes, my baby mama. She's from Oakland. I was busting moves in Nevada. I meet the say she want to get down, so I'm pimping on the I'll take her to Nevada. You know what I'm saying? I get cracked. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know the was 16 at the time. She gave a statement to the police and told them, yeah, she was hoeing, that I was pimping, and that she was 16, and that I didn't know that. Okay?
Now, if you were to listen to the propagandists, that media,
now,
they would tell you that.
Think about that. Y'all got any comments?
Nah, go ahead, brother.
I just think about that. Okay, this man clearly his mind isn't stable. I mean, he's telling on himself. I mean, they try see what I'm getting at. They trying to paint this man as like he in some sort of complicated terror organization, but he telling on himself and stuff like that. That's all. I'm not. You know, they act like they trying to make every black person responsible for what he done. They trying to claim that he's a terror. He's a member of a terrorist organization. Okay, but where the evidence at? You said it, but prove it. Where the evidence at?
And let me say this too, brother, while we on this little commentary. Now, if this was a Caucasian, if this was an Edomite,
yeah,
he would be on there telling his life history, all trauma he done been through. He was molested as a child.
Mental illness.
His parents died when he was only. His parents died 15 years old, and he was incarcerated and molested as a child when he really should have been put into some type of adoption home.
That's right.
He was Christian as a child, and he got baptized at the age of 6. See, that's the type of stuff that they would be bringing out.
When it's white people. Yeah, when it's them.
Yeah,
it's mental illness now. Hey, when it's white people, it's mental illness.
That it's I'm sure that it's some type of underlying mental situation going on with this brother. Because like you said, you can tell the brother he's not stable in his head.
No, he ain't stable. Hey, no shoes on. What he doing? Was he high?
Right.
Did they give him a drug test? They're not gonna do that because it will help him. You hear me?
This has nothing to do with nobody radicalizing him. This has nothing to do with his religious affiliation. This was an act that brother did on his own accord.
Yep.
It was a decision that he made. And like you said before, we're not standing up for what he did. What he did, he killed some people that was innocent. Yeah. And we're not standing up for that. But what we are saying is just be watchful and watch how they demonize one of us. And how they gonna take and they gonna tie every criminal to what they call the black Hebrew Israelite, the black extremist movement.
Yeah. Okay. Now, according to this logic, all these white supremacist hangings, we can pin that on white folk. Every last Christian. According to this logic, every time one of these devils kill us and call us the N-word, we should be thinking they radicalize these radical Christians that come over here killing, that took over the world, convert to Christians, Christianity or die. They try to put this jacket on the Muslims back. They done the same thing. Convert or die. That's the history of it. According to this logic, if black folks is responsible for what this man done, I've never seen him before in my life, don't know him. If I'm responsible for what he done, these white supremacist Christians out here is responsible for everything these white supremacists do when they kill somebody, when they bust up in the church shooting people, when they go to the Klan, when they go to recruiting people to kill us. All of them is responsible. Same logic. Y'all got anything else? Anybody want?
Yeah, that's what they do, brother. Like, you never hear when Dylan Roof went up there and shot at their church. They never say he was a Christian. Or they didn't go to his religious background.
Yeah, no.
That's what I was bringing out when I brought this story out a couple of days ago about what we're talking about now. You never hear when they go shoot up Walmart or shoot up school. You don't hear nothing about their religious background. But every time we do something, he was this, he was in the Black Identity Extremist movement. He was a Black Hebrew Israelite. He was in the NFAC. They always want to. They always want to tie in to make us look like we're terrorists. That's the main goal. That's what I want your listeners to understand. They trying to paint us out as the new terrorists. We are their new boogeyman at the last stretch at the fall of Babylon. So we're trying to gird up our brothers and sisters to get ready that the demonization, the same thing, the same tactic these devils pulled in the 60s. It's the same tactic they finna get ready to pull right before your eyes here in the 21st century.
COINTELPRO Part 2. And another thing, if this system was fair, if these so-called white Christians was fair, they dig into the background of these police officers and see, are they terrorists? Are they affiliated with white supremacist hate groups? But they ain't gonna do that. The thought never crosses their mind. If they was fair.
Oh no. No, they're good white Christians. They're good Christians. Good white Christians. Good old white Christians.
All right, let's hit the gas again. Yeah. Now if y'all feel like commentating, holler at me. Holler at me.
The exact nature of the crime is not certain. But there you are. That was Darrell Brooks talking about the crime itself. And again, there are law enforcement officials and many media outlets happy to report this, that there's no connection to terrorism. Now, the odd thing about that is that he's a self-described terrorist. Now, this man he's a rap name.
Stop. Now, the police said, the law enforcement said this was connected to terrorism.
Right.
But you see how the media trying to spin it toward terrorism.
Right.
Did you hear what he said?
Yeah, when does the police take up for us?
Well, but the police just said in the police report that he got, this wasn't no suspected terrorism attack. But this reporter here, Edward on the screen now, he's trying to spin it to be what it's not.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what that's like? That's like putting a gun at our head. That's like pointing a gun at our head.
Yeah, go ahead, Willie.
All these dog whistles they giving to these Klan members. Go ahead.
Is this not the same thing that they did with that movie, The Birth of a Nation?
Yeah.
When they got ready to rebuild the Ku Klux Klan, and the Ku Klux Klan had disseminated.
Yeah.
And then they wanted to rebuild it, and they put that movie out, The Birth of a Nation, and they put that black man in there running around like a deranged animal, raping every white woman he.
Yeah. You fading out, bro. Yeah, but they sending them dog whistles out. And that's just like we don't realize what's going on. Then next thing you know, somebody in our neighborhood hanging from a tree somewhere. And then the white supremacist police officer hollering it's a suicide. Then the white supremacists in the feds go along with it. Let me see. He's still there. I see him still on the screen. All right, I'm gonna continue. You got anything, Mike? Mike.
No, Brother Steffi. Let me see. He might pop back in there. But all right, go ahead. We play the video. Go ahead.
All right.
What he goes by when he's not running children down in a parade. Now, this man actually has a song called Loudmouths, and in it, the loudmouth says he's a terrorist.
That part. Niggas talking down, know they scared of us. They is. Couple hundred shots when we hammered up. You talking down, you don't want it, no, you scared of this. We about that action anywhere, yeah, we terrorists. See me riding with me, I'ma slide, make it terrible. Hope you right with God, cause the casket what you headed for.
Now, there are several Facebook posts under that alias, under MathBoyFly. Now, the first one was back in June 2020, and he was bragging and even trying to promote knocking white people out, especially the elderly. A real brave man, this one is. He was making a play off of what was happening last summer, if you want to remember.
Hold on, I want to focus on, because he said in the song, he a terrorist. That's what I want to focus on. That's his evidence. That's his evidence that, what's his name? Mr. Brooks is a terrorist, because he made a song. You know, rappers rap about things all the time. It's not true. But that's his evidence that he's admitting to being a terrorist.
Uh-huh.
Well, these folks are crazy, man. When folks are talking like this, man, they get the look. They get the look, cuz. They get the look.
No, but real talk. This is a dangerous hit piece we listening to.
Yeah.
This is dangerous. We don't know who he done incited with this false propaganda. Yeah. We don't know who's in the background getting ready to pull off a heinous act toward black people over a lie.
That's right.
This is dangerous.
It's absolute. That's why I'm talking about the gun at the head. Yep.
Yeah, check your back chat, see if Brother Stephen, see if he fell in there.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna have to unshare my screen, I think. No, I ain't. Do I have to unshare them? Let me see here. Let me stop sharing my screen for a little while. See if he back in. You got to forgive me. I ain't used to doing this. Let me see here. I don't see
you get used to it. You don't see it? Okay.
Ayula get a notification when he pop in.
Yeah. Okay, that's right.
Yeah. Ayula hear a sound. That's how I knew you were there. All right, let me get back to this video. Let me see where he at. Right here.
Remember? That was a knockout game happening where both elderly Caucasians, Asians, anyone not black was being punched down by young black activists. Those who were espousing Black Lives Matter were also those espousing the fist against the skull of those far much wiser than them. Now, the second post of note was this man on the ground, bloodied. He gives a
Hey, Mike, didn't this guy have a weapon? This guy had a sword or something, didn't he?
He ain't had no weapon. He used the car.
This guy right here that got beat down, he had a knife or something.
Well, who got beat down?
I remember this video. He had something. They always cut that part out. He had something going at them black folks. That's why he got laid out on. I don't know. I can't remember, but he had something, man. Yeah, I don't know where they're from. That guy had something. I was watching. It was on Tariq page, and I looked it up myself. And this guy had a weapon. Sure did. He looked like, what's this right here on the ground right there? That's blood. I don't know. He had something and they KO'd him. But nevertheless, I don't forget. He had something, man. But nevertheless, I'm gonna leave it alone because I can't prove it right now. I like to prove everything, but nevertheless, I'm going on. You done fell out, Mike? Uh-oh. Okay, somebody. Hold on. I gotta let somebody in. Hold on. Fell off.
All right, bro. Yeah, I guess I hit a bad spot.
All right. Yeah, I heard the notification. I'm gonna hit this play button again.
All
Cub must be in the mountains, man.
Yeah, he out there. He out west.
Okay.
doesn't care too much about violence. Clearly, he thinks it's an okay thing, maybe a means to an end. Now, on July 5th, he made this Black Lives Matter themed fruit basket. Now, there's no indications that this man has had an active role in, let's say, the Black Panthers or anything like that, but this clearly is an endorsement of Black Lives Matter, which again leads you to black supremacy, the mindset that.
Okay, what you know about Black Lives Matter, Mike?
That it's a white-owned organization started by George Soros.
Right. White folks created Black Lives Matter, and you got this white supremacist, so-called brown folks. Whatever he is, what is a Muslim? Well, whoever he is. Okay. You got him talking about some Black Lives Matter. These old hillbillies come at me with some, I ain't gonna tell them what they're gonna get. Y'all pray for me. They better not come at me with that mess. Most of the time, they know who to come at with that foolishness. Most of the time, these hillbillies, if you look weak and ain't paying attention and timid, but nevertheless, Black Lives Matter, family. Stop sending them your money. You sending money to white folks. And ain't nobody going to jail. They're not coming up with no new laws. They're not doing anything to stop this police government-sanctioned genocide. Black Lives Matter is started by white folks. So is the NAACP. Started by white people. The money goes to white folks. It's not going. That's brother right there. I think he knocked it.
Okay.
All right. You got anything you want to say, Steph?
Nah, go ahead, brother, man. I lost my signal. I'm out here in Colorado.
Okay. You keep all right. I'm gonna hit this thing. Y'all keep your eyes open.
The color of your skin, in this case being black, that you you are destined to rule the world. You're better than all the other races. It's racism, real one, for those propagandists and media.
Okay, y'all got anything on that? He said black folks are destined to rule the world. What does the Bible say?
We're gonna that's what the Bible says.
That's what the Bible says. Yep. But they don't know who the real Hebrews are. But yet, their own scientists would tell you Adam was a black man. Their own scientists will tell you everybody started out black. Okay, then how did the Hebrews all of a sudden become white? Somebody get some feedback somewhere. Okay. Y'all there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I'm sorry. Somebody called and knocked me out, but the Bible says we above all people. That's what the Bible says.
Okay.
See, if the black Christian church, Christians would teach the book right. See, God is a separatist.
Yeah.
Hey, he wanted segregated.
The sheep from the goat, the good from the evil. My God said he come to bring division.
Yep. Christ said he coming to bring division.
Yep.
Go ahead, brothers.
Have y'all ever noticed how they'll try to make us feel bad when we want to be separate from them?
Yeah.
But for all of those centuries, they murdered and slaughtered us, put up signs everywhere, killed you if you came in a store to get a drink of water, to be separate from us.
Yeah.
But if we say that we want a land of our own,
yeah,
we want to be away from everybody.
Right.
Oh, y'all wrong. Oh, God, everybody. What the book say?
Yeah.
The book says
God love everybody.
Love and Esau have I hated.
Yeah. You ain't gonna tell them to find that Bible verse where it said God love everybody. They'll die before they find it. Tell them to find that Bible verse where it said God love everybody. Okay, who is that he gonna send to hell then?
He gonna send to hell the wicked. Esau and Edom going straight to the lake, automatic.
Man. All right, I'm finna hit the play button. We halfway through this one.
All praise.
All praise.
Now, again, I'm just a lowly investigative journalist with a few resources and a brain. Apparently, the media and the police haven't been able to find a connection, but look what you've already seen. He says he's a terrorist. He clearly is a child sex trafficking, but there's much more. Now, this SUV that we saw in the video, it just was playing, you saw going through the crowd, going through bandgoers, going through many onlookers for this parade in Waukesha, Wisconsin. Now, this same red SUV can be seen in Mr. Darren Vox, basically his rap videos. And this man, he actually was very proud about it. As you see here on screen, this is Daryl Brooks using this vehicle to act as a backdrop as he and his friend play around with an Uzi and brag about murdering people. Now, I don't pretend to understand this reprobate demonic.
I got to chime in. Notice how they never bring attention to the so-called Jewish people that run the music industry. The killing and the drug pushing don't get sold unless they approve it to get sold. In a lot of cases, they tell the rappers what to rap about. Am I lying?
No, that's the truth.
They don't never bring attention to the real criminals at the top. All these rappers that work for these rich white men, all it would take is for the rich white man to tell them, clean up your music. You can still get paid, just clean up your music. But they're not going to do that. You know why? In my research, I found some of the same people that's running the music industry got stocks in private prisons. The same people. Just look into it. Y'all got it? I'm finna hit the gas here. Y'all got anything?
I don't,
bro. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I just want to say, why is it that now he sat there and made that allegation about the Hebrew Israelite?
Right. It's finna get stank. It's enough in the stank. I keep playing. It's gonna stink even more. I ain't mean to cut you off, brother, but you ain't heard nothing yet of what I'm trying to say. Go ahead.
He done heard it.
Well, he heard it.
Yeah. Go ahead, Willie. Go ahead.
Okay.
Justifies violence because it's for freedom, for protection of one's race. No, it's just race-based terrorism. Okay. And the other part to this too is that we're not the only ones looking at this. Now, if clearly can find others on our side that are rightly pointing to these connections, but let's look to the other side. Now, Black Lives Matter activist Vaughn L. Myers, he was actually at the scene in Waukesha, and he absolutely believes there's a connection to Kenosha, absolutely believes a connection to the group Black Lives Matter. He said, it sounds like the revolution has started.
Now, you'll have to wait and see, because they do have somebody in custody. We may have to wait and see what they say about why this happened. But it sounds like possible that the revolution has started in Wisconsin. Starting with this Christmas parade.
Now, when you see these actions, this mass murder.
Okay, hold on.
Much like a street that I'm on.
Okay.
Eddie.
Who is it? Who is anybody know that black man? That's talking about
I ain't never seen that dude a day in my life.
In a way, this is kind of insulting. Like, we gonna tell white folks what we finna do. I mean, don't that?
But he didn't
that
call
not
that dude's
insulting?
name or nothing. How did he associate that guy with this dude that ran over these people? That guy didn't call them people names. That dude could have been talking about anything.
Yeah.
He could have been talking about anything, brother.
Yeah.
And then another thing about it, he showed a video with the dude doing everything else that he done said about him. Why he didn't show a video with the dude saying that he was a Hebrew Israelite? Why he didn't show a video showing where he was in Shabbat class somewhere or coming out of a assembly somewhere?
Right.
He got video of him doing everything else.
I ain't never thought about that, brother. That's why it's good to have like-minded individuals that don't think exactly alike, but you gonna see stuff that I miss, and vice versa. Why you can't pin him to a particular group of Hebrews? Yeah, that's an amazing analysis.
You know what this sound like? This sound like a setup.
That's the point.
This is what you call fake news.
Right.
This is what you call but like my mama used to say, you got a fish on the line, so something stinking on the end of that line. It ain't smelling right. You need to get it, find out what's going on. See, they is reaching. You know why they reaching? Yep. They reaching bad. You know why they reaching, brothers and sisters? Because this truth that we are God's chosen people and that we are supposed to keep the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High. This truth is affecting all aspects of life: economics, political, and religion.
Yep.
It's breaking the strongholds off your minds, brothers and sisters.
Yep.
Church folks are going to ask a pastor about what we said on these airways, brothers and sisters, and the pastors ain't got no answers. Go ahead, bro.
And see, another thing is hitting their pocket economically, because if you think about it, the awakening across this country is way bigger than any of us really realize. First of all, and second of all, think about the impact that it's having on them economically, because we used to celebrate all those folly days.
Yeah.
We're not out there spending our money foolishly no more.
Right. I ain't buying no turkeys.
And then on Shabbat, that's the day that everybody buy their beer. That's the day that everybody get ready for the football games and all that.
Yeah.
Our brothers at home.
Yeah.
They ain't spending no money.
That's right. That's right.
So they got to try to destroy that.
Yeah.
They got to get us back to that mindset where that $6 trillion a year can continue to come into their pocket. As fast as we get it, we give it back to them. Yeah. They not seeing they return as fast as they used to.
Yeah. Well, you can't kill the customer base and expect them to keep giving them your money. You can't keep killing us and think we're going to just keep dumping our money off. They're actually waking us up. That's what snapped me out of this foolishness. Them. When they let George Zimmerman go, boy, then when I saw Tamir Rice, I started seeing real quick. That was like a hard slap in the face. Like, what is wrong with these
Check this
folks?
out. Me and brother Stephen was talking, right?
Yeah.
Today. And we was talking about finances and how this truth and being obedient, how prosperous we be in the flesh, talking about money, and in the being prosperous in the spirit, right? But I'm gonna bring it back to the physical. What a heathen can only see is money. Look how much money, brothers and sisters, we saving when we came out of church, when we came out of doing the folly day, the holidays, or I call them folly days. We, you know what I'm saying? When we ain't spending money on the Shabbat, on the Sabbath, out here trying to keep up with the Joneses. Yeah. When we learn who we are and what we supposed to do, and we doing it the way God say, or who you call Yah, or whoever you want to, how you want to call it, you see how prosperous that is.
I do. Me and my wife do. Save all kinds. Ain't no headaches about trying to get no gift. None of that. Spending money that I ain't got. That's bondage.
That's bondage.
That's what it is. Once I
you got anything on that, Stephen? You got anything on that, Stephen? Because we talked about that today.
Yeah, I got a lot that I could say.
Go ahead. I'm here.
Man, the thing about it is, like we were saying, brother, you know, when you sit back, and even though we to the point now to where money really don't, we use money for what it's for. And that's to feed our family in this captivity. Yeah. And, you know, to make preparations as best we can in this captivity, because we are in captivity, regardless to what your slave mind tell you. You are in captivity. Yeah. And being able to be a little bit comfortable in this captivity, it is a relief and a stress relief off of you. But at the same time, you can't lose focus on what is expected of you, and that's keeping God's laws, statutes, and commandments.
Right.
But you do save way more money when you're not out here in these stores spending $1,600-$1,700 in 1 month on gifts. Yeah. When you already buy for your kids and your loved ones all year round already. Right. But for some reason, just on that particular day, you got to go broke. And then you struggling up until April to try to get your finances back in order.
Right. I'm laughing because that used to be me. That's why I'm laughing.
You call them in January when that light bill due. You don't spend all your little savings trying to buy gifts, trying to keep up with the Jones. Hey, bro. Hey, cool. Can I borrow some money, man? My light's about to get cut off, bro.
Yeah, I ain't laughing at you. I'm laughing with you. You know what I'm saying? It used to
be you at the finance company. Now you at the finance company borrowing money. You sure don't want to deal with them rappers because they handle you bad when you come up short with their ass, boy.
Yeah, and think about that. White people, they can go to the bank and get low interest loans. We got to go to finance companies and check cash. Well, they just tear our grill out on the interest. Everybody making money off of us.
That's when you being disobedient, though. You shouldn't have been partaking in them holidays. Yeah. But you know what? Some of our people don't see that.
Yeah. Well, you know, a lot of us ain't gonna make it. I'm just gonna tell the truth. Finna hit the gas.
That's murder. That's terrorism. That's something that cannot happen here. We won't let it happen. But for many who've been watching the Carl Rittenhouse trial and been seeing the scenes outside of the courthouse, this was expected. This is what they were saying outside the court.
Well, this court, the proceedings. If any of y'all think y'all can go anywhere in this country and be around black people, go where the black people are.
Now, he just said this is what they were saying. I see one man talking and everybody else quiet. He said this is what they, who is the they he talking about? One man talking. The same man that was talking about he think it's a revolution. Wasn't that the same man? It looked like it.
Yeah, that same one. That same one.
Who paid this Negro? Who sent him? Who sent this Negro?
That's the question you better be asking. Who sent this Negro?
Who sent this Negro?
And who made him to talk on the behalf of the problems of black people? I never seen or heard of this guy in my life.
And his anger don't even look genuine. I've been around a bunch of brothers.
And look at them crisis actors in the background. Oh, they bought paid for too.
Yeah. That brother anger don't even look genuine. Look at it. Y'all been around. All right, let me go.
We're supporters of black people and think you're the fucking police. You're gonna get fucked up. Like how it should have. Like he should have. He should be a fucking victim. It don't fucking matter. I'm telling them that's what you think they came down here for. This is war.
Now, in addition to all the evidence that I've already shown you, and I hope the police would have the foresight to look.
Hey, did you hear her? This is war.
Yeah.
This is war.
Yeah, I heard him. You know what? In fact, it is. On so many levels.
Accept this kind of
But yeah.
Against children on our streets, whether it be by vehicle or by jamming. You also need to look at this connection. This man is a self-described black Israelite. Now, what this is...
Okay. All right. Now, by his own words, he just nullified his own statement. If he's a self-described Hebrew Israelite, that means he has no affiliation with nobody, right?
That's what it means.
Yeah, that's what he said.
So,
I didn't catch that.
Yeah, I didn't catch it either the first couple of times. See, this is about the third time I done listened to it. See, so, okay, I can be a self-prescribed billionaire. Does that make me a billionaire? Huh?
No, broke.
No, I can be a self-prescribed billionaire then. Get on there and rap and say I'm a billionaire. According to this man, if I rap it, put it in a song, I'm a billionaire. He said the brother, since he said he was a terrorist, that makes him a terrorist. But yet, these white guys, they busting them with bombs, they busting them with rocket launchers. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
Let me say it to you.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Oh, you all right. Look, it was in Florida. They called them a gang. Them songs had rocket launchers, they had bombs, they had all kind of guns. It were white folk, and they called them a gang. They didn't call them a terrorist organization. They didn't call them a drug cartel. Let me see. Can I pull it up? I hope not take too long.
And they didn't call them a white extremist.
Let me see. Yeah. Let me see.
See, we got to start letting these people define who we are.
I'm surprised they didn't call them Christians when they call them bombs.
Yeah.
These are good law-abiding Christians. They got the right to bear arms, the Second Amendment.
Yeah. Here you go,
now,
right here. I done pulled it up.
With a grenade launcher.
You see it? Man, it's for us. Look at them tattoos. They ain't even calling them. Look, it's a gang. That ain't terrorists, though, but they got rocket launchers, pipe bombs, guns, and we Negroes supposed to be worried about how white folks is feeling. You see this stuff? You're not gonna load your gun and think I'm gonna be still standing there waiting when you get ready to shoot it. When I see you loading the gun. Let me see. See who else?
Hey, they want pipe bombs. They want pipe bombs, Willie.
Huh?
They want pipe bombs. No, they want pipe bombs. They were crystal meth pipes. That's a mist type. That's a mist type.
Oh, them was light bulbs.
Yeah. Those were meth bombs. Meth pipes.
Okay. Several, look, gang members. All of them right there in line. Gang members. These are terror cells. That's what they are. They ain't no darn gang members. No darn terror cells.
So that head need to be several terrorist organization members. That's where that headline should be reading.
Yeah. Now,
white extremists.
Yeah. Now, the real question is, who in the military sold them a rocket launcher? That's the $1 million question. Where they get the government issued rocket launcher from?
You go on the black market and get that.
Okay.
I bet you I bet you
I ain't gonna say nothing.
Black market and get it.
I ain't gonna say nothing.
Hey, I don't know how to get to the black market.
But look, notice the media ain't asking those questions though.
Yeah, you ain't heard that story out there like it should be, but you heard this crap what we listen to.
Yeah, look, rocket launch right there. He could have got it from the military. You know, a lot of these white supremacist devils in the military.
Sure,
a lot of them. I just showed y'all what it look like. I'm gonna go back and say law on that. Let's get back to this video. I just had to show y'all that. Man, I'm getting stirred up, Mike.
I see. Yeah.
This is his words. This is on November 13, 2015. He posted this poster with text on it that has Adolf Hitler on it that says, Hitler knew who the real Jews were. Now, he said, this is the real thing right here. It's his research. Clearly,
Stop right there. There.
Okay, go in.
Do you know how many Hebrew Israelites post that? That's like a share. You can share that off so many Hebrew Israelite things. You know what I'm saying? I got put in Facebook jail cause of it.
That don't mean I agree with Hitler.
That's what he's using to associate him with black Hebrew Israelite because he posted what Hitler said. That's what he's using.
Yeah. It's in Time Life magazine where Hitler knew who we were. Right there in the Jewish-owned Time Life magazine called The Nazis. It gives a breakdown on Hitler saying these folks is not the real biblical Israelites. Right there in their own book, Time Life, is called The Nazis. Hitler giving the breakdown to his generals.
See, we gotta quit letting the heathen define or assassinate our character or our beliefs.
That's right.
Because anything we touch is wrong in their eyes. I don't care. You could be doing it. You know, you can't do what he do. He gets away with it. He want to slap the whole book at you. It send you off down the road for a many bunch of years, like 80 years. He can go and shoot up a school and get 2 months. You go shoot up that school, your ass get 20 years, 40 years.
You gonna die in jail.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, school is federal. Y'all forbid you shoot somebody. Oh, they didn't hit the jailhouse lottery on you then.
Yeah, he get 2 months. He get on probation for 16 years on house arrest. He don't go to prison.
Yeah,
that's what they do. That's what they do. They hold themselves not guilty. That's the scripture.
Right. What they found
about it? If they would have been the one that gave us that, they would have been fine with it. But see, since we found all this information out on our own, who are you to have a mind of your own? Yeah. Who are you to read? Yeah. Who are you to dig and find all of this information that's telling the truth? You ain't supposed to do that, nigger. You set up and get you a gun and go out there and shoot your brothers. That's what you do, nigger.
Why we put it in y'all songs, tell y'all to sing about killing yourself, sing about getting high. We the only people think about that. I know y'all have.
It don't matter how much money you make. Look what that woman, that news reporter on Fox News told LeBron James. Shut up and dribble.
Yep. I'm breaking up, Mike.
I'm breaking up.
Yeah, now you clear.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's what they told LeBron James. You just worry about shut up and dribble. Don't worry about black people problems. You just shut up and dribble. We pay you millions of dollars. Just shut up and dribble.
Yep. Like but we supposed to be. We don't even. There is no. We can't be racist. We don't own no banks, so we cannot affect a whole demographic of anybody. That's what racism is. They got control of the banks. They got control of the justice system. They control the police. That's what racism is. They can go and make laws and put these check cashing and these loan shark companies in our neighborhood. They get to say where the liquor store get to go. They get to say where the immigrants come over here get to live at and fight for resources in a impoverished neighborhood. That's racism. We can't do that. Now we can be bigoted. We can hate white folks, but we can't be racist. We ain't got no money. We ain't got no power.
Hey.
Huh?
No, what's the slap in black people face? The very same person they ran out and voted for Biden gonna get the immigrants $450,000 a piece.
Yeah. Don't forget
you ain't getting nothing.
Don't forget he gave the Asians $15 million.
He gave the Asians. Yeah, he gave the Asians. I forgot about that. He gave the Asians $15 million.
We just getting broke.
We getting broker.
Yeah.
Brokest.
Yeah. But what they did is they gave those PPP loans out in our community to set our people up for failure, and now everybody running and scrambling, scared they finna go to prison.
Yeah.
We should always just like that. Boy, say that again. Say that again, Hebrew.
Yeah, that's how they deal with us, man.
Yep, that's it.
Boy, you said something. They set up the PPP loan, prison to pipeline program. That's what it was. That's what it's called. Yeah. Now you gonna get kicked off of welfare and all your other little benefits they were giving you under the table. Yeah. Ooh, boy, I tell you, this heathen is very crafty.
It was a setup the whole time.
That's all right. That's all right. We should always, anything they got to give us, we should always be weary. Anything.
Because they knew, man, you got all of these impoverished people. You got all of these people living in poverty. They struggling. They don't have anything. And you give them a way to get a hold to some money that they think is free by any means necessary. That's what they gonna do.
Yep. I'm sure we ain't the only ones that done that.
Of course not. Of course not.
But they ain't got to worry about it too much. Oh yeah, y'all know. I was looking at. Y'all know who the welfare kings and queens are, don't you? Y'all know Brett Favre owed some welfare. Brett Favre. He took some money. He owed Mississippi some welfare money. Y'all know about that?
I didn't know.
I ain't hear that. I didn't know that.
Let me see can I find it. Am I going all over the place? What y'all think? Let me see can I find it.
No. This is good.
See, this is what destroys our mind. They always telling us we the king of welfare, and it's always something negative. But when you go to digging into this stuff, it's somebody else.
They always been the majority on welfare. It always been more of them on welfare than it was us.
Yeah, the government hate us. You think they're gonna give us some welfare? The government hate us. You think they're gonna give us more money than white folks on welfare? Come on now, we can't get nothing else. Look, what he doing with welfare? Come on now. Y'all ain't got nothing. Y'all ain't got nothing to say. Can y'all see it?
That man made hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah. Yeah. He ain't the only one.
So he owed the state $600,000?
No, $228,000. He repaid $600,000, but he still owed $228,000.
So he got almost $1 million.
Yeah, Well, see, hey, when they steal whole nations of people. They steal whole continents, whole countries, whole bank accounts. When they steal.
I'm gonna say this right here. That would being your black ass or my black ass, your ass going to jail.
Well, man, just go back to a couple of years ago when those 6 heathens that worked for the child support service down there in Jackson, they stole over $6 million.
Yeah, I remember that was a couple of years ago, wasn't it?
And you ain't heard nothing else about it.
It was about 20 of them, wasn't it?
Well, they had 6 of them in the news.
6, okay. Man, they stole some money, man.
And just think about all that money that they done hassled us men for. Some of us already taking care of our children. These women just greedy and got us on there. We in and out of court, license suspended, in and out of jail.
Yeah.
Paying that money, and they down there embezzling it.
Yeah. I done been there and done that. I done fought that
fight. Our children ain't even seeing that money.
Right. See, that's a whole nother That's a whole nother job. That's jobs created just off the welfare system. Look at the judges you got to hire for child support. Look at the lawyer you got to hire. Look at the county workers you got to hire for that. If you take away,
you know what the state make their money? You know what the state make their money off child support?
What?
Off the arrears. They call them arrears.
That's interest. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where they make their money at. Billions of dollars.
I wonder if they charging him interest.
No, they ain't gonna charge him. That's one of their own. He in the good old boy system.
Oh, okay. I'm finna hit the gas. Y'all got anything else to say?
Oh, go ahead, bro. I don't. With it, Mike.
No, go ahead.
All right. Let me just use my finger here.
Has some specific motivations. We can't. I can't be stupid enough just to believe what the police have said. That there is no evidence. What if we just shown you this man's connection to the Black Israelites is interesting because, again, if you think back to the Covington boys, the ones that
you hadn't shown no evidence of him being linked.
Okay.
And then ultimately became millionaires.
Oh, yep.
Sandman.
Yep.
Stop. How is that linked to what he did over in Wisconsin? Why are you all there in D.C. where that stuff happened a year or so ago, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
You see what he's doing? He's compiling different scenarios of different situations into one melting pot.
Yeah, they trying to put the infrared beam on all black folks. And for you devils out there, Israelite is a bloodline, not a religion. Hebrew is a bloodline. Read your Bible, not a religion. No, and not all of us think alike. I don't know all the thinking of my brethren right here on this broadcast. I don't know and it's good that we don't think alike. The Most High didn't make robots. But y'all go ahead. They ain't got no kind of evidence where these guys are together. Nothing but I'm white. Well, I want to be white, and I say so.
I'm white and I'm right, and I said so, boy.
I'm gonna wind it back.
That's the attitude.
I'm gonna bring it back a little bit. Yeah.
That's a narcissistic attitude.
Yeah.
To the Black Israelites is interesting because, again, if you think back to the Covington boys, the ones that were protesting, but then were harassed and defamed, and then ultimately planned.
Did y'all see that video? It went back. Did y'all see that video before they showed it to them Covington guys? Them college students was messing with the natives.
I seen it.
Notice how he conveniently cut that out. What the white kids was doing to the natives. Notice how that ain't journalism. That's mind raping. That ain't no journalism.
That's spirit hate. That's what he's doing. He's trying to stir up the hate gene in his fellow heathens.
Yep. I'm trying to get it back to where I went. I mashed the wrong button.
He posted this
poster
with text on it. It has Adolf Hitler on it that says Hitler knew
who the
real Jews were. It's also getting intel with a Black Israelite. They have a record of violence and justifying it on themselves. Clearly, in this case, there's a connection.
Okay, he said they got a record of violence. He said the Hebrew Israelite got a record of violence. Okay, where is it at? What kind of violence is he talking about? What?
He don't have one.
A few Hebrews talking bad to white folks, that don't count. That don't count.
Violence is a physical act, not
thank you. Where the violence at? Where the cross burning in the white folks' neighborhood? From the Hebrews.
Hangings? Where the hangings at?
Yeah, where the white lynchings? Where the stealing of the white folks' money out the banks from the Hebrews? Where is the land theft?
Where the bombing of whole cities at?
Yeah.
Where the raping of your women at?
Yeah.
Where's the murdering of your children at?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. We can't catch up with the thuggishness.
Mm-hmm.
As of recording this report, there are 5 dead, 40 wounded, 18 children who are fighting for their lives right now. Any sane American who's seen that video of that SUV plowing through the crowd, they're not buying this motive that this is just a random act. They're not buying this motive. He was fleeing from a knife attack. And what is the ear right?
Okay, if they're not buying this motor, then improved, then it's something else. Then that's all you got to do, and I'm gonna shut up.
Let me ask this question. Where was he at when that white guy ran into the crowd and killed that little white girl down yonder?
Oh yeah, Heather Higher. What's her name? Heather.
Where was he at then?
Yeah, I don't know. They probably forgot about that. Her name was Heather something.
Heather
I
Higher.
remember that.
Where was he at then?
He was a Christian.
He didn't report on how the white supremacists murders and terrorists and of Christians and good people.
If I recall correctly, they suing right now Richard Spencer because of that. I think they are suing them Proud Boys right now because of that. Something like that.
When them white boys were running around down there in the crowd with knives and batons, killing people up in the alleys and stuff and beating them people.
Now, did that happen in Charlotte? Did that happen in Charlottesville, Virginia?
It happened in Charlottesville when they were running around with masks on, with batons and tasers and knives and stabbing people at random. Where was he at? Where was he?
I bet. I bet with that brown skin, they'll let him know real quick that he ain't one of them. Let him go down there.
What was his religious affiliation? I mean, was he Muslim? No, we're gonna say Christian. See, that's why we owe it to our people to bring up these news articles to show you how hypocritical these heathens are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Stop taking everything face value on Fox News and your local news, your CNN, and all this other bit. Y'all better start doing your own independent research. Because these people, they'll lie to you. They lying to you in a drop of a dime. Because you can, it's somebody, a black Christian, gonna hear that video, and take that and run with it, not knowing and not doing his due diligence or research. But you got some of our own people that don't do their own thing. Yeah. They just wherever the news say or whatever the newspaper say, they gonna run with it.
That's it.
But my question would be, if those people call themselves Christians, these murderers, these terrorists, these rapists, these robbers, if they call themselves Christians, why would you want to be known as a Christian?
I don't.
Why would you allow them to call you a Christian?
Because you're uneducated.
Because I had a heathen at a trucking company that tried to do me wrong. And he gonna tell me you do what's in your Christian heart. You know what I told him?
What?
You know, these were my exact words. I ain't no damn Christian. I ain't no damn Christian.
They the one that started the slave trade.
Don't get your ass tore up thinking I'm a Christian. That's what you don't do. Because I'm not.
Hey, I'm glad you said that because it brought back a memory when Trump was in office. And the guy at the truck stop was asking me about how I felt about this and that and this and that. You know what I told him?
What?
This is what I told that heathen. Man, look, I don't get in white folks' business. That's y'all business. That's white folks' business. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
Boy, that heathen turned red and just turned his head and started sipping his coffee. And that's how you got to be in this hour. We don't get in white folks' business.
Yeah. We need to stay out of their business. That's too much can go wrong for black folks getting in white people's business. Too much. Now, when they stick their nose over here, we'll wrap their nose a couple times.
Yeah, that heathen gonna tell me you just do what you feel in your Christian heart. Fella, don't you get your don't get beat thinking I'm a Christian. Because I'm not docile.
Yeah.
Don't think I'm docile, because I'm not.
I feel you, brother.
In your Christian heart.
Okay, but think about that. Think about the Christian heart for a minute. Think about the Christian heart right here. Think about the Christian heart. Just think about the Christian. Think about the Christian heart right quick.
Brother warriors, it's love. Christ wants you to love.
Well, show me some
we
love
just got to love one another. But calm down, brother. Oh my God, you terrify me with your voice. Oh my God, listen, Willie. Oh
I
my
will
brother
calm
Warrior,
down.
listen. Listen, Christ came that we can have love more abundantly. We got to have agape love, brother. It's agape.
Well, y'all show me 400 years of love, and maybe I'll think about forgetting about the 400 years of hell and death and destruction and raping that y'all done. So the
but
Bible
you see
says,
how destroyed. Go ahead, bro. You see
the
how
Bible says
destroyed that.
repent and bring forth fruits of repentance. In other words, show that you have changed. So
you see how destroyed they are, bro, in their mindset. That's that's how the enemy wants you. Docile.
Y'all talk so loud. Ooh, y'all talk so loud.
Man, I'm passionate.
I mean, calm down, man. I mean,
we're
Christians. We're Christians. We're Christians. We're brothers.
Well, after you, they can't stop. They can't stop, man. See, they try
a white Christian tell a black Christian that we're brothers and we got to look. That just make a black Negro just get all mushy inside and see, all white people ain't bad. Okay. All white people ain't bad. But listen, brothers and sisters, we're not teaching hate or anything. We're teaching you the mindset.
Right.
The mindset.
I know all white folks ain't bad, but I'm not finna kill myself trying to figure out which one is which.
Man, Louis Farrakhan said something. You got poisonous snakes and you got green snakes. I ain't got time to go through white folks, see who the good or the bad, because a snake is a snake.
Right.
And the thing about it is, you sitting up here telling me that all white folks ain't bad. All white folks ain't bad. Okay. Only thing it's just like even with black people. I'm just gonna take white people out the equation. Okay. I'm gonna say just black people. Okay. If every time I done deal with you, Mike, I done burned you. Every time I done deal with you and you let me back in, I steal from you. Every time you let me back in,
I got kinfolk like that. I got kinfolk like that.
It caused you some type of pain. Every time it caused you some type of pain.
I'm gonna keep you at bay.
One day, all of a sudden, I find a come to Jesus moment. I come to you, I said, brother, I done changed. I ain't like that no more. I want you to give me another chance. What you gonna say? Okay,
bro. Get behind me, Satan.
No, okay, bro, I hear you. I hear you. Yeah. But you know what? I'm gonna feed you with a long handled spoon.
That's right.
It's good you done changed, but you stay over there on that side over there.
Yeah, I got kinfolk like that. Yeah, you got to feed them with a long handled spoon.
But the point you made, Willie, is so profound. That's what we try to get our brothers to see. You got to feed your oppressor with a long handled spoon.
Right.
Because Psalms 58:3 say what? The wicked are estranged from the womb. Soon as they be born, speaking lies. We got to feed them with a long-handled spoon, brothers and sisters. You see how that heathen sitting on that video we just played, lying about Hebrew Israelites? And we had to go through that video and break that video down section by section, piece by piece, to show you the bullshit that heathen was saying. Excuse me, I didn't mean to cuss, but I get mad. But I'm sorry. But, yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
And another thing about that, Hebrew, is this right here. Okay, you say all of them ain't bad, but you tell me all of them ain't bad, and this is what I tell you. Let them get you in the right situation and see if they all bad.
You know why I say that? You know why I say that? Think about John Brown. You familiar with John Brown, don't you?
Right. Yes, sir.
He put two of his sons up. He lost two of his sons trying to fight for us, and we had a Sambo coon sell him out.
Yeah. I remember that when they held up in that fort.
Yeah.
And fought the military.
That's why I say all of them ain't.
Yeah, all of them ain't bad. But like I said
I ain't finna look for them.
You let the right situation arise.
Yeah.
And the right circumstances arise. And you watch and see if that snake gonna be a snake.
Yeah. Yep.
You mess around and let it just be you with 15 or 20 of them somewhere.
They ain't gonna help. I'm not getting in no situation like that, cuz. I'm telling you that. You must have heard my video talking about black folks gonna be the only black person there, end up dead. I'm not going, cuz. I'll tell you something. It's hard for them to holler suicide, and a couple of them dead too. They can't say I killed myself if I took a couple of them out with me.
You so right.
We got to change our mindset.
But the point I was making was all of them might not be bad in the right circumstance, under the right circumstances.
Oh yeah.
But you mess around and let the right occasion arise.
They're gonna show
it's gonna come out of them.
Yeah.
It's gonna come out of them.
I've seen it in people that they keep it hid. They keep it hid. The right circumstance gonna bring it out.
I seen people that I seen it, man. I had white people that I really, honest to God, thought were my friend. And I would have fought for them.
Yeah.
If they came to my black neighborhood and somebody did something to them, I would fight with them.
Yeah.
But when the right situation came, they turned on me.
Oh, man.
They turned on me.
Oh, you poor baby.
No. Don't feel
this is
sorry
a teachable moment.
Don't feel sorry for me because I'm strong. I tell you what it did do. It taught me. I learned from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't hurt me. It taught me. It didn't hurt my feelings at all. It made me mad what it did.
At least they didn't trick you out there on the lake somewhere and you the only Negro out there.
Right.
No. What he said is so profound because we all had to learn that the hard way. That learn from that.
Yeah.
You know how you go somewhere like a store or something, you get familiar with the people that work there that are Caucasians that work there, and you just so cool. Every time you go there, you have a conversation. But see, I started studying the nature of these people, and you never know what kind of attitude these type of folks gonna have on a day-to-day basis when you go in there. Some days you go in there, they just, hey bud, woo. They talk to you there. Some days you go in there, it's like, fuck you, nigga. What you looking at? Hear him get your shit. Get out my shit. Hey, what's wrong with him?
Hey. We got 4 more minutes on this video.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
Mike, you quit cussing.
This mayhem. His name is.
All right, I'm sorry.
This man threw his daughter out of the way to save her from this madman. And he absolutely knows that vehicle is coming right for them.
And I noticed him coming through the crowd, and I noticed something was not right. And then I seen kind of like just people flying as I stood up. I'm like, oh no, my daughter stood up. I threw her out of the way. And then I basically yelled, get out of the way. And my wife got out of the way. And by the time she did, the car came right past me within at least 2 feet. I could have touched the car going by. If I had to get hit, I had to get hit. You know, it was just making sure they got out of the way. We were sitting and there was a float between us and the curb. He made it an effort to come towards us because he wanted to get around the float and just, I don't know if it was to hit as many people as he can, or I don't know what the senseless intention was other than just going the speed that he did.
You heard it from an eyewitness. You heard it from this reporter. You've seen real evidence, real facts. Now it's for you to make up that decision in your mind. What are you going to do when a madman comes to a Christmas parade near you while kids are playing jingle bells? You already know what you're going to do. And Americans need to start standing up for what they believe in. Reporting for the Stu Peters Show, I'm Edward Zell.
You know what he's saying? So man, we're put them Negroes in their place when they come to the parade.
Yeah, get your guns and lay them down. I might tag Stu Peters in this. When I hit this at Twitter, I might tag his name. I don't know what y'all think.
Yeah, tag his name.
Tag him in now.
Yeah,
tag him in now.
When I get through with the work, y'all got Twitter account?
I do.
I ain't on Twitter. I ain't on Twitter.
Well, okay. Well, just send it to my text message, Will. All right, let's go to the next video. Now, this here, I'm gonna close this out. Now, let me go to the next video. They trying to label us black identity extremists. Okay. Now, the Klan been around since 1865. They have a thorough history of mass murdering, raping, and stealing and killing black folk. But they're not a white identity extremist. You see them with rocket launchers, white supremacist tattoos I just showed you earlier. But they're going after the black folk. Okay, people plot.
The chair recognizes the gentleman.
When y'all want me to pause, just holler.
I want you to let this sister interrogate this devil.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. According to an August 17th FBI intelligence assessment titled Black Identity Extremists Likely Motivated to Target Law Enforcement Officers, quote, it is very likely that Black identity extremist perceptions of police brutality against African Americans spurred an increase in retaliatory violence. So I've tried to get to the bottom of where this report came from, who did it, what its status is. I've asked Attorney General Sessions, I've asked Director Wray, and so now I want to ask you, did you order the FBI to conduct this assessment?
Sorry, what was the date?
August 2017, August of this year.
No, I did not.
Do you know who authored the report? Are you familiar with the report?
Not familiar with the report. I'm familiar with the general issue.
And so maybe you could talk a little bit about the general issue,
Yes.
in particular, when the FBI began tracking Black identity extremism?
I think it's important for me to explain, Congresswoman, that the FBI does not make a determination with regard to domestic groups to investigate them based upon their First Amendment views or their affiliation. It bases its decisions on evidence of a propensity to violence. So with regard to members of any ideology, domestically, the FBI would only be investigating if there were some indication.
Do you believe that there's a...
Did he just not say they measure on a propensity of violence?
Yeah.
Is that not the history of these white supremacist hate groups?
It is.
But they are not worried about them, though.
See, they don't have any evidence of our people being violent because there is none.
Yeah.
But what they'll say is, we feel like you might be violent.
Yeah.
So we just gonna go ahead on and kill you. Because
Yeah.
one day you, bruh, ain't this the same playbook from the scriptures?
Yep.
Ain't this the same thing that Pharaoh was doing?
Yep. Yep.
Go ahead and kill all the black male children, all the Israelite children, because one day they gonna grow up to be men.
Yep.
And they might come up against me. So I'm gonna go ahead and kill them now. And that's basically what the U.S. government is doing with this bill right here.
Did you know the COINTELPRO, the subtitle to that, the sub thing to that was Attack of the Black Messiahs? You aware of that?
Yeah, I done heard of.
political movement in the country called Black identity extremism?
I don't believe the FBI intends that to encompass a particular political movement. What they do is they try to categorize different threats that they identify.
So you said investigate, but before you do an investigation, there's surveillance, correct?
Generally, no, there may need to be a determination first that there was a basis for an investigation, typically before any surveillance.
So how does that determination take place, and where has it taken place?
If you want details, I need to get back to you, but the FBI does have very strict guidelines. As you know, several decades ago, there was quite a bit of controversy about this issue, and the FBI has very detailed guidelines for when they initiate investigations. And I'm not aware of any departure from those guidelines.
So one thing that, and I am aware of the FBI's history from many years ago, COINTELPRO, and many people are looking at this document, Black Identity Extremism, as COINTELPRO 2. One of the concerns that has been raised and that I raised with Attorney General Sessions and Director Wray is that this document, for whatever reason, was mass distributed to law enforcement offices around the country. Are you aware of that?
No, I'm not.
So when we talked to Director Wray, it wasn't clear how this term was even developed. In other words, what evidence was it based on to even come up with a term like that, and then to write a document about it, and then to distribute it to law enforcement around the country?
I don't know the answer to that, Congresswoman, but if it's of any reassurance, I've been in this job for 8 months. I haven't seen any indication that the FBI is approaching this in a biased way. They're conducting investigations where they believe the person who is the subject represents a potential threat, not simply because they believe in an ideology or associate with an ideology, but because they represent a particular threat. And I believe the FBI guidelines are designed specifically to ensure that there are no abuses.
So what I am hearing from activists around the country, in particular activists who were protesting law enforcement and, police brutality or deaths at the hands of law enforcement, is that they're being visited by the FBI, that the FBI is leaving, business cards. And then what the concern about that is that if they do engage in a conversation with an FBI agent and perhaps make a mistake or maybe say something that isn't true, then they're vulnerable to be prosecuted for lying to a law enforcement officer. So the activists that have received visits by the FBI have never been involved in violence at all. Are you aware of that happening in any of your offices around the country?
No.
Let me just express another concern about this. When a document that doesn't...
Did you catch that, Will? You know?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I caught it.
So he just said earlier that they do.
It's entrapment. It's entrapment.
Yeah. That they're doing it. They're coming up with a term based on violence, but he was unaware that the guy that they investigated didn't have no record of violence.
Huh. It's
Boy,
entrapment. See what they doing? What they doing is they going to their house to question them.
Yeah.
And then unlawfully questioning these people. And then they go back and do an investigation. And if they feel like that person was untruthful in any type of way, they go back and put federal charges on that person. Never had a criminal record, never been in any trouble, never had any run-in with the police in their whole life. And now all of a sudden they sitting in a federal prison.
Yeah.
Because they gave the wrong answer to a question.
Look at all those brothers and sisters that's in jail, prison right now, just doing what we do. You still got them in there. Boy, I tell you.
Seem to have any scientific basis that develops a category called Black identity extremism that nobody can say whether or not it really exists. When you send a document like that to law enforcement around the country, in some places, I will worry that they will take that to say that anytime there is a officer involved shooting and then there is a protest, that the people that protest might be Black identity extremists.
Congressman, to the best of my knowledge.
You see how that ties into Kyle Rittenhouse?
Uh-huh. And that's why he got away with what he did.
Yeah. They send a dog whistle to these devils. So if black folks got a problem with police killing us, which they've been doing for what? Since slave patrol.
400 years.
Yeah. We Black identity extremists, and it's all right to kill us. That's what that was about. That's what that was about. That man, so okay. Kyle said he was up there to protect property. Okay, why wasn't his foot planted in one spot? Why is he on video beating a white girl? Why he on video beating her? Why they hide? You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
I'm showing you his violence. He on video saying he wish he had his gun. He would be shooting folks. But nevertheless, we know what it is.
The FBI is not investigating people who are peacefully protesting. As I haven't read that document, I'll review it and I'll see what it says. But
I would appreciate it if you would. And if there is no basis for this term, that then the FBI take the step to retract the document and send a message to law enforcement around the country that no such category exists. I yield back my time.
The chair recognizes the gentleman from Ohio, Mr. Jordan, for 5 minutes.
Okay, that's that one.
The chair recognizes.
Let me get this one out the way. They just trying to criminalize us so they could kill us with impunity. That's what these heathen doing. Mike ain't popped back in yet. He must be in a bad area.
He might be. I know he on the highway.
I know when he come back in.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Between 1956 and 1971, the FBI ran a counterintelligence program named COINTELPRO that was initiated by J. Edgar Hoover. COINTELPRO mainly targeted civil rights leaders such as Martin Luther King, and it's commonly understood that this was an abuse of its surveillance power in a manner to suppress a peaceful movement. So I would like to ask Mr. Chair unanimous consent to...
She just said really that the counterintelligence program was an illegal operation to stop a peaceful protest. That's what she just said.
To stop a peaceful movement.
Yeah, to stop a peaceful movement. The government got involved.
Yeah.
Start killing black folk.
Because it was black folks standing up for their rights. Just like they're doing now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm going to play it back.
Chair. Between 1956 and 1971, the FBI ran a counterintelligence program named COINTELPRO that was initiated by J. Edgar Hoover. COINTELPRO mainly targeted civil rights leaders such as Martin Luther King, and it's commonly understood that this was an abuse of its surveillance power in a manner to suppress a peaceful movement. So I would like to ask Mr. Chair unanimous consent to enter this report into the record, which is Black identity extremists likely motivated to target law enforcement officers. I believe earlier you said you were not familiar with the report. Is that correct?
Okay. You got anything you want to say?
No, go ahead.
Okay. The feds also issued a report. I'm just saying, I'm just saying the feds also issued a report that you got white supremacists in the police department. Okay. They're not doing anything to get them out. There's no major sting operation. There's no criminalizing of white supremacist people getting together, having rallies to recruit people to kill us. And you know they're in the police department. You got police planting drugs. You got police lying on reports. But they worried about the possibility of someone fighting back because they know white supremacist hate groups is in the police department, and they know the feds ain't doing anything about it. The government is protecting the white supremacist devils, and they worried about the possibility. They're not too worried about it because if they was, Mike back. If they was, they'd be getting them out. Mike back. Hold on, let me get him back in here.
And like you said, brother, you don't see any type of organization being put together to counteract that.
Nothing, none. Because this is my opinion and due to my observation, the government is using these domestic rebels to kill us. You say, how can I say that the government is using white supremacist hate groups to kill black folks? Because they're not criminalizing it, they're not locking them up, they're not cleaning house, they're not doing anything. There's not even an anti-lynching bill. They even go along sometimes with the suicide lines.
But you see how fast they passed that bill for them Asian Americans, don't you?
Right. Right. Yeah. Now China, the world's richest country.
That was their boy Joe Biden that put that in there. They buddy. Jim Crow Joe.
Boy, I wish our people stopped voting for these demons. We better off not voting at all. I don't vote. I don't. Not especially for none of them, because the Bible tells us not to put somebody of another nation up over us. That's why I don't. But nevertheless, let me move on. What up, Mike? You back? You got anything you want to say?
No, sorry about that, bro. I had to catch that phone call.
Oh, okay. You good? You good? All right.
Well, I haven't read it. I know some of the alleged targeting of officers by
Okay, so I would like
group.
to know, and I'll ask you about that in a minute. So you are somewhat familiar with it. Who had the power in your department to order a report like this?
I'm not sure how that report got ordered. I don't believe I explicitly approved it or directed it.
Okay, so you haven't necessarily read the report, but you are familiar with the term Black identity extremists?
Well, I think so, yes.
So can you tell me what that term means to you? Do you believe that there is a movement of African Americans that identify themselves as Black identity extremists, and what does that movement do?
Well, it'd be interesting to see the conclusions of that report, but I'm aware that there are groups that do have an extraordinary commitment to their racial identity, and some have transformed themselves even into violent activists.
Are you aware of white organizations that?
I guess he might have been talking about them guys. I was finna say what violent activists.
But the NFAC don't even have violent acts.
Yeah.
Only thing they do is show up with their weapons, which is a constitutional right.
Yeah. You just had a couple brothers, one was the ex-police officer in California. What was his name?
I don't
And
remember that guy's name, but I
and
know
one
what
of them
you're
was
talking
Michael.
about.
What was this guy? The other guy, that was happening around that time. That guy that they used the robot to kill in Texas. Those guys were by themselves.
He was an ex-police officer.
Yeah, military, one of them. Christopher Dorner. That was the one in California, the ex-police that went in on him.
Yeah.
Christopher Dorner and the other brother that was in Texas that they used the robot to kill. I think that's what they talking about. That's just them lone wolves. If lone wolf is good for white folks, guess what? Lone wolf is good for black folks.
But that's their creation. They created those people.
Yeah, they did that.
Yeah.
We're not going online recruiting people saying go out here and kill white folks. We ain't doing that. They spying on us now. They probably in the chat room listening, waiting to look for something to flag the video. Whatever I say on my phone, whatever I say on live, I will go right here in Congress and tell them the same thing. But nevertheless, but anyway, let me continue.
Do this as well. Given that white supremacy is well-documented, well-researched movements such as the neo-Nazis, the Ku Klux Klan, etc., are they white identity extremists?
I didn't follow that question. Please again.
Is there a term or a report on white identity extremists? You mentioned you were familiar with Black people who identify with their racial identity.
Yes, but it's not coming to me at this moment.
Not coming to you?
It's
certainly a group such as the Ku Klux Klan.
Yeah, and then the skinhead movements, but there's racial identity white movements that have been identified for sure.
So has the FBI done a report on white identity extremists that are likely motivated to target law enforcement officers?
I'm not aware of that.
Okay. Are you aware of a group called the Sovereign Citizens?
I've heard that group, yes.
And I believe that the Sovereign Citizens is primarily a white organization that absolutely has targeted police officers and killed police officers. You're not aware of that?
I'm not aware of all their crimes, but I know they're a group that's known to have violent tendencies.
Could you name an African-American organization that have committed violent acts against police officers? Could you name one today? In this report, they name organizations from 30, 40 years ago, but can you name of one today that has targeted police officers in a violent manner?
I believe I could, but I would want to be to confirm that and submit it to you in writing. But I believe we had, within the last year or so, 4 police officers killed by a group that some have described as extremists.
So what has happened is that there have been a couple of incidents in which African Americans did kill police officers who were not associated with a Black organization. And so one, for example, in Baton Rouge was associated with Sovereign Citizens, which is primarily a white group. So you should know that there's a lot of concern in the community, especially from organizations such as Black Lives Matter. By the way, would you consider Black Lives Matter a Black identity extremist group?
I'm not able to comment on that. I have not so declared it.
So you should know that a lot of activists around the country are very concerned that we're getting ready to repeat a very sad chapter of our history, where people who are rightfully protesting what they consider to be an injustice in their community, which is their relationship with police officers, are now being targeted and labeled as extremists and are going through periods of surveillance and harassment. And so I would like to know, what is your department going to do to protect the rights of average citizens to protest if they have a concern about police officers?
This department will not unlawfully target people.
So if that's the case, then I would ask that you review this report, Black Identity Extremists Likely Motivated to Target Law Enforcement Officers, because I personally don't believe that any such organizations exist. The organizations that are referred to in this report are organizations from decades ago. And so I would like to know, what will you do to essentially roll back what is listed in this report? Because it's not accurate.
We will look at the report. I actually would be interested in reading it. but they usually do an excellent job, objective and fair on those kind of reports.
Okay, well, just...
Time of the gentlewoman has expired. The chair recognizes the gentleman.
Okay. You see the white supremacy. That's what it is. Y'all got any commentary? Y'all there? Y'all there? Oh, Mike done got knocked back out. Mike.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's like I said. I'm glad that senator put that Jeff Sessions in his place because he was really out there playing dumb with her.
She hit him with them uppercuts.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You got anything else, man?
No, I ain't got nothing else. I got to run. I got me tend to my fatherly duties.
Okay, man. Handle your business, man. Handle your business. You can't worship the Most High properly if you're neglecting your family.
All praises.
All praises, man. All right. Take care. Enjoy, y'all.
I enjoyed y'all, man. Shalom to the chat. Y'all stay prayed up. Pray over your loved ones, especially your children.
All right.
Hallelujah.
I'm gonna go out with this right here. To leave this seared in y'all's mind before I go out. They went over the white identity, the black identity extremists, but they ain't saying nothing about these white supremacists. Hold on. They ain't saying nothing about these white supremacists with rocket launchers, pipe bombs, and nothing. They ain't saying nothing about them. Got a track record of killing black folks, stealing our money. They ain't saying nothing. I just want to leave this in your mind. How these folks, the government is using these people to kill us. That's what it is, by their inaction. All right, I'm gonna play this video. I'm gonna be out. I don't even know. I ain't seen it in a while, but nevertheless. Oh yeah, the brother that we was talking about in the Texas shooting, his name was Micah Xavier Johnson. That's who they killed with a robot. So you kind of watch out for these robots. If y'all paid attention to these robots are racist, I want y'all to do a Google search about this racist. The robots is racist. I think that's by design to teach the robots, like if they give them guns, now they can give these robots guns that they may use them to attack black folks. But I'm just speculating. I'm gonna do some more research. I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna be out.
Nearly 40 members of two white supremacist gangs in Florida were arrested as a result of a massive drug trafficking sting, authorities announced this week. The U.S. Attorney's Office for the Middle District of Florida announced Thursday that 39 members of the Unforgiven and United Aryan Brotherhood gangs were charged with federal firearms and drug violations. Authorities seized more than 100 illegal firearms, a rocket launcher, and several pipe bombs as part of the raid. Local ABC affiliate WFTS Tampa Bay reported. Authorities also reportedly found several pounds of crystal meth and fentanyl.
All right, there y'all have it. All right, family.
In a study published in
Anybody else want to join us on the live? Just you see the email down there. This is the prep our people to make us hard targets. We believe in living by the word. We believe in repenting and getting back to the Most High. He said these things would happen, and we don't promote going out here attacking and killing anyone. Now, we promote self-defense. We don't preach the slave theology that tell you to let your oppressors kill you. We don't believe in it. That's not biblical. Study your Bible. I'm gonna tell you how you know it's not biblical to let people kill you. The Messiah told Peter to get swords. That's why he had the swords when he cut off Malchus' ear. It just wasn't time to use the sword. So you got to have the Most High Spirit to know discernment. All right. With that, I said shalom. And if you got a subject, anything you'd like us to go over, you see the email at the bottom.